I am... So, build ship mine, get to know events, study the winter light, survive. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Dragos' shipyard. And I kind of want to know the winter light, so we're gonna kind of focus on that right now. But first, let's get some money. At least enough to pay for the food that we just ate. So we got 16 cryo, and we got negative condition for that. And we're gonna put the rest into the forensic trawl, the winter light. So we're gonna start studying this. So start action. It won't start action. Okay. I guess I can't do anything there. So let's leave. What can I do then? Survive, get to know Emphis, build a ship mind. Let's build a ship mind. You've heard the talk about the fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you can build a ship mind core. Gain access to the Ort fabricator. So we're at the ship mind. And assist a shipbuilder. You don't have the connections, but you do have the skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to know some, you might be on the in. All materials. As a newcomer, you can gain favor by grabbing a load of materials and asking with nearby yard hand where to take them. Nothing here. Let's see what's over here. So, merchants are coming. This is a cool station. I wonder if it's a full ring because it kind of curves on itself right here. Or is it just kind of like a crescent shape? Let's rotate the camera and see if we can see anything else. So it looks like a ring. Let's go back to Dragos' shipyard. Maybe I misclicked something. There we go. It was just bugged out a little bit. So we get a little bit more into winter light. And another into winter light. And we get a scrap item for this. Scrap components. Filters, capacitors, sensors, useful salvage to the right person. I can't remember if anyone takes scrap right now. But we shall see in a little bit. So let's go ahead and leave. Go back to the container and rest. So let's end cycle. Okay, we only get 2 die now. So it looks like wherever our condition meter is headed, or where it's at, is how many die we get in that location. What is this? Fang. Havenage Systems Engineer. What's the difference between... I think if we get a diamond shape compared to a circle shape, a clock shape, there's dialogue. So let's go ahead and head back to Sabine. The first thing you see on entering it is the glint of Toshiro's implants, like a cat's eye in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with the case open in front of them. A set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again they trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I don't care. I'm the test case. I don't care. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. Stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant and assist a transplant operation. In that, it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Passcode, which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter by accepting your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do this. How you sure I don't have a choice? Okay, let's do this. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses the syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into the darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yes, what happened? What happened? The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how yet again acquired a case of the stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled and distracted. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients, sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you have been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. Q stretches down the flickering corridor. Yoshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Okay, so my condition is now at full, so next time I rest I should have a full set of die. Let's go ahead and talk to Feng. Sleeper, Feng catches your attention as you approach the Havenage building, leaning against the bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look, you know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open. Blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Feng inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates, and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There is a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Feng leans on a server stack and gestures around you. You like it? It's a mess. It's credible. What is all this? What is all this? He taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from this sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over the towering block, speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station, AE-1. The one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we've never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think that they are seeing a concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new. dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines. They hum all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these system subs and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Bing notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you are on the run, though, right? They are tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help you with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see. Access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place, break off those last ghost limbs and corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Havenage, there is old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about the tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Bang pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Bang passes you a ragged-looking metal slab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim's cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station slot into the old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes, nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods, as the ceiling, have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Okay, that seems very important. To get rid of that tracker. So I'm going to refocus my play into getting that tracker out of my system. So I got a drive, but I didn't get a skill point for it. Upgrades available. It says I have no upgrade points. I want to get this discount. So when I finally get an upgrade point, I'm going to take this path. The Thrill Seeker, chance to gain energy after any engage action, and Obsessive Haggler, all cryo actions are discounted by 20%. So let's go ahead and get some food. Let's eat. Come on, you can do it. Drop right in. Start action. And that fills up Emphasis' quest gauge. So we can talk to Emphas again. Sleeper, Emphas calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms to his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you, cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into a wok. But one of yours. He looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause, the spices rich in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you like to tell Emphas. You look at Emphas, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps would enjoy a strange story, something with some spice. Tell him about your dreams. All the sleepers you tell Emphas had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear any sleeper in the dorms scream or cry out at night. But your dreams, those gray skeletal after images of systems and structures, of threads and patterns, weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality, distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now, until you arrived in this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink, and now you understand that they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell them that you do not know if there is a reason for your dreams. Perhaps you reason it is just some side effect or particular quality of your particular quality of the frame you inhabit. But whatever it is a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Enfys finished cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You are quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he is trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Enfys passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks. Natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the empty market, but my time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you any longer, so I make a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap in the Greenway fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard of this? No. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Enfys begins packing his things up. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. Agreed. Good, booms Enfys. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Enfys sides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe, then Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market, the rich taste of Enfys's food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food. You think a trade that seems more fair than fair. Okay, I was already full, so I don't know if he gave me more food or not. But we got a lot of paths we can take. So I gotta figure out which one I want to take. This place is giving me heavy Blade Runner vibes too. I love that movie. Actually those movies are really good. Obviously the OG is the best, but